Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders.
Boogie down. What's up? How you doing? I want to bring to the mic one of our own. She's been in two of my films, Rosario Dawson.
All right. Glad to see her at least.
Spike just wanted to get on stage twice, so I'm supposed to introduce him. Okay. I love you. I'm hearing the love, and I gotta throw that right back at you. All right, bear with me. I have a lot to say. Okay. So, today, I heard some obfuscating of facts, some information that was being misconstrued, very misleading and very divisive. Today, a lot of news outlets and the other Democratic candidate was... We're better than that. Now, there's this rumor that is being perpetuated that Trump talking about abortion and punishing women and doctors then for it, that somehow Bernie Sanders was saying that that wasn't an important issue. Regardless of the fact that he's always stood up for women's rights, equal pay, and is pro-choice, which the other Democratic candidate very well knows. There is this rumor that is pitching out there that because he's saying that we're giving Trump too much time on the airways and we need to stop feeding into that hate and talking about the issues, that somehow that meant that he doesn't care about women's issues. Shame on you, Hillary.
Fuck Hillary!
Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me watch my tone. Because we very, very much want a debate, which he already agreed to. And considering that in 2008 there were 26 debates, and she held Obama's feet to the fire saying that she would debate anytime, anywhere, because that's what you should do when you're trying to run the country. Let's very much hope that she does come. So I will say with a smile on my face that I'm excited about the fact that I don't have to vote against someone, that I get to vote for someone.
You can't see
He hasn't called undocumented people illegals.
Hey!
Like the Democratic candidate. Or called our children who needed care super predators that needed to be brought to heel. Who called people on welfare deadbeats? No. Well, yes, she is under FBI investigation. Thank you.
Yeah!
That's not getting promoted very much, but she is about to be interviewed in a little bit. But no. The reality when you're saying the types of things that have been said and trying to misconstrue and obfuscate the facts, you're trying to divide people. Now, I appreciate Gloria Steinem saying I'm sorry for saying that us women Bernie supporters are only here because the boys are here, though I'm really glad to see quite a lot of females. And also this push and this idea that you're only white. Well, my daddy, my biological daddy anyway, is Irish. so Bernie didn't need to make me white. But apparently all y'all are white. That's crazy. Must be having issues with my eyes. No, the reality is when they're talking about that stuff, is that they're trying to divide us. They're trying to say that only Trump supporters are racists, which there are a lot of racists who follow Trump, but they're not all racists. That all followers of Bernie are all white males, but that's not true either. And I think it's actually pretty amazing that when you're seeing in really large populations of white males and white females in certain states that have been poorly talked about, that they're there cheering for justice and equality, specifically racial and environmental and beyond. That's something to celebrate. It's a beautiful thing. So this is what Bernie meant when he was talking about Trump getting too much attention and distracting us from the issues. Trump is getting $1.9 billion worth of free media. Bernie's gotten about 321 million. And most of that's been with a lot of eye rolling and saying that he should be dismissed and out of the equation. Why do you think that is? Do you think that's an accident?
They're scared.
You gotta really think about the fact that they're trying to say vote against him and forget about him. So what does that mean? That we have to vote for the other Democratic candidate? No. We're not in the general election. We're in a primary and everybody should have their say.
Right.
So I don't have to vote against somebody because I get to vote for someone who's on our side and says no fracking.
Right.
Who marched with Martin Luther King. And who can draw a crowd.
Yeah. 300 supporters of Hillary.
That makes me dizzy with happiness and love. And
That's
excitement.
sad.
They don't want you to know.
When she gets all the
She had
media.
a fraction of that many people yesterday at the Apollo. And failed to mention that when she was a senator, 2 million people were stopped because of stop and frisk. That she said nothing about. In 2006 alone, 506,000 people were stopped and frisked, 90% of which were
Black, Latino.
innocent. Because shockingly, you can't judge a criminal by the color of their skin. And racial profiling is not okay. It is unjust and unnecessary, and we need to end that. So I just want to say something because I love you.
We love you.
I'm a New Yorker. My mom was raised on 137th Street here in the Bronx, Corner Hospital, which since burned down. I'm from Coney Island. Grew up in the Lower East Side. And I want to say that we don't need to be divided. We need to be reaching out and talking to those folks who are supporting Trump. Why? Because they're supporting him for a reason. They're standing up behind him because he's against the establishment as well. And they're literally standing behind the guy who they know is going to go into the Oval Office and go, "You're fired." I can understand that. But I'm supporting the guy who's looking at all of us and saying, "You're hired."
Nice.
And I know that means a lot to you because I know New Yorkers. And we are not interested in being bamboozled. Right, Spike? Or duped. Or divided by our race, our gender, our age. That's the past. When people did have to vote for the lesser of two evils, but we don't have to do that. The reality is when 9/11 happened, people came together. And they saw, when the Syrian refugees were walking, something that mirrored their experience when we had to walk across bridges and reach out. And we wanted to reach and hold them back in. We celebrated when there was